This recipe today has been brought to you by the letter P for Philadelphia cream cheese. Hi ladies, it's Dawn Thomas, and I have a dilemma. I have a meeting to go to tonight, and I have to make dinner for my family. But, besides being busy, I'm also out of money until Friday, which is payday, and this is Wednesday, so I still have a few days worth of meals to take care of without being able to go to the store. So I had some leftover ham from yesterday, and I have a couple bags of these shredded hash browns, which are really convenient, and I only got them they were on sale, so they were only $1 each. And we're going to add in some of the leftover ham that we had from dinner yesterday, and some cheese and Philadelphia cream cheese and onions, and we're going to make a potato and ham casserole. So what I've got started right now is 1 stick of butter, and we're going to make a roux. If you're not familiar with making a roux, you have your fat, which in this case is butter, and I'm going to add about 3/4 of a cup of flour. We're going to mix that really well for about a minute. And then we're going to add in milk and chicken stock, because that's what I have on hand. I've got 2 cups of chicken stock. Sometimes I add onions in here, but we're adding onions to this casserole, but I don't want them to be cooked at all yet because I want them to still be crunchy in the casserole. This is about 2 cups of chicken stock. Turn my pan up just a little bit. Sometimes when you're making a roux, you'll think that it looks like it's messed up. Don't worry about it. You can save it. It's not really messed up. It just looks kind of funky. See how it's starting to thicken up there? Okay, now we're going to add about 1.5 cups of milk. This happens to be 2%, but I've used skim. Whatever you have on hand works. Let that get incorporated again. See, again, it looks like it's kind of chunky, but if you keep stirring it, it'll come back together into a nice smooth sauce. Now, in the microwave, I have our 8 ounces of cream cheese that I've already softened. Okay, we had to replace the battery, so you missed the part where I melted the Philadelphia cream cheese into that roux, and I added salt and pepper, about a teaspoon of each. So this is ready, and we're going to go over to the counter now and add this to the rest, and I'll show you how to make the casserole. Okay, in my bowl I've got 2 20-ounce packages of these hash browns. These were never frozen, they were refrigerated, but if yours were frozen, you want to defrost them and drain off any excess liquid. I don't have that problem with this one. Here's the roux that we made. I'm going to just put that in there. Now I've got already diced up because I didn't want to cry on camera. 2 small onions in dices. 2 bunches of green onions. And 6 stalks of celery. You're just going to dump and go, ladies. This is the ham that I made yesterday. You can see that we, just grilled it in a skillet. But my kids don't like leftovers. If you've watched any of my videos, you've heard me say that. They, if they see it the same way they had it before, they just refuse to eat it. So we're just going to mix this all together. You're going to need your elbow grease here. Mix everything in this big old bowl. Now this is enough. I have 5 kids, so This is a large amount because our family's big. And on Wednesday nights, the kids have youth groups, so there'll be a couple extra kids tonight too. I'm going to give that a good mix first, and then I'm going to add some cheese. Everything looks incorporated. We're going to add a couple cups of cheese. I happen to today have Velveeta and cheddar. There's a cup of the Velveeta. And a heaping cup of, well, that's about a cup of the cheddar. Now we're going to mix that in well. And then I've also got some Velveeta to go on top, because I always like having cheese on top. Now, like I said, this is for dinner tonight, and I'm not going to be here, so I have to have something that is really easy for my family to do while I'm gone, because I have a meeting. So, I've got my already sprayed casserole dish. I have a little one that I'm going to make for the video, and my friend and I are going to have for lunch. This bigger one for dinner, I'm going to put in the fridge, and my family will make it when they get home. It smells really amazing. I'm a sucker for onions, so. Now, as I said, I'm going to put the top on this and put that in the fridge for dinner tonight, and I'll put the cheese on that later when it's time to cook. Now, ladies, as I said, it's a couple days before payday, so we're low on funds. This Velveeta I've had in the freezer. I took it straight out of the freezer. I'm going to put a cup. You can even see some of the crystals on there. That won't bother it at all. Cover that up. And we're going to bake this in a 350-degree oven. Y'all come back in a couple minutes and we'll try it out. Okay, this is out of the oven and still nice and hot and bubbly. Oh, look at that steam. See that ham and those potatoes. Ooh, love the smell of that onions in there. This is amazing. And it was with stuff that I had on hand. I didn't have to make a special trip to the grocery store. You can make this any time of the week and put it in the fridge and have it ready to go.